What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. So, Michigan State basketball loses to Wisconsin 77-74 in the Big Ten tournament semifinal. A tough game for Michigan State, but a game in which they did a lot of good things, but it was kind of just the little things in this game that Wisconsin was able to do that was able to push them over the edge. In addition to John Tanji being unconscious for a good amount of the game and just absolutely going off for them. We're going to get into the matchup here, but first, if you could just hit that like and subscribe button down there. More Michigan State basketball content on the channel. We'll have Michigan State basketball content coming up on Selection Sunday as well, and then we'll also have a bigger picture NCAA tournament bracket preview, breakdown, and then bracket predictions, whatnot, and then previews and recaps for Michigan State's first game of the Big Ten, or for the NCAA tournament coming up next Thursday or Friday and throughout however long Michigan State's run is in the NCAA tournament. Hopefully it's a long run. But first, we're going to talk about this game, digest this one here a little bit. First, we're going to start out with Wisconsin, and you have to start out with John Tanji. As I said, he was basically unconscious in this game. Finishes the game with 32 points, 7 rebounds. He was 8 for 15 from the field, 4 for 10 from 3, 12 for 14 from the free throw line. I mean, he was getting whatever he wanted. And that was a key in the first matchup for Michigan State, as they were able to make him inefficient. They were able to make Wisconsin inefficient as a whole from 3. This game, improvement for Wisconsin in terms of against Michigan State. They were 9 for 29 from 3 after setting a Big Ten record for threes made in a game just on Friday. But they came back, shot it decently well, better than they did in the first matchup against Michigan State. That was definitely a key when you're still looking at Wisconsin. Obviously, another addition here was Max Klesmint. Didn't play in the first matchup against Michigan State. He played 18 minutes in this one. He added 4 points, 3 assists. John Blackwell had another really good game against Michigan State. 14 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. 4 for 11 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. Got to the line, was 5 for 7 from there. Steven Crowell, 5 and 8 rebounds, 6 points for Nolan Winters. And then you look at their bench. Carter Gilmore gave them really good minutes in 30 minutes, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists on the game, and he was 4 for 7 from the field, 2 for 3 overall from 3. And that was that for Wisconsin. Overall, they didn't turn it over, only 7 turnovers. They had 33 rebounds as well in this one. Shot 43% from the field, 31% from 3, 79% from the free throw line. And those are a lot of keys there for Wisconsin that we kind of talked about coming in, was the rebounding for Wisconsin and them not turning it over. Those were 2 things that Michigan State was going to have to key in on. For Michigan State on defense, we talked about, trying to slow down Tanji like they did the first time. They were one of the only times this season that a team was able to slow down John Tanji. And he was one of, and I think Jace Richardson even said this to him in the handshake line after. He's like, "Hey, go win this thing, man. You were my vote for Big Ten Player of the Year." And I definitely think he was definitely, if not 1, 2, I think Braden Smith was definitely a deserving winner of that award, but you could have easily went with John Tanji, what he's done this year, and that was on full display with this one. And the key in this one for them was the other guys making the plays. Like John Blackwell is a really good player, but he made big-time plays for them. But then you look at the bench, Carter Gilmore, he had 10, and it just seemed like the timely shots, timely plays, a post-up from Crowell, a post-up from Winter, or, free throws here. It was a timely 3 there, and it was just the timely baskets and plays for Wisconsin that was able to get it done for them. When you flip it over to Michigan State, Jackson Kohler, he had 7 points in this one, 7 rebounds. He was 3 for 4 overall from the field, 1 for 1 from 3, and his 1-3 was absolutely huge there at the end. Keep Michigan State in it, but wasn't able to pull it out in the end. Simone Zapala only played 9 minutes in this one. Didn't start the second half, so kind of went away from him. They started Coop in the second half. Coop off the bench in 28 minutes. Had a really good game. 8 points, 10 rebounds, and he was doing a lot of really good things on the glass, finishing in the paint. 2 for 3 overall from the field. He was 4 for 4 from the free throw line as well. That's big there. While we're on the bench, Cohen Carr, he had 6 points in this one, 4 rebounds. He was 3 for 8 overall from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. Definitely one of those. I'm fine with the one. He didn't hit it. He obviously hit one on Friday, but the one, he was kind of set up for a dribble handoff, whatever, in one of the situations. But I don't mind it. He hit one. His shot has definitely improved. We've seen that in his free throw shooting as well. So, but I'm fine with that. Continuing on, Frankie Fiddler, 2 points in this one in 9 minutes off the bench. Xavier Booker played 4 minutes. Only played 4 minutes in this one. Had a good look at a three, didn't hit it. And then Trey Holloman off the bench as well. He had 10 points, 2 assists in this one, 2 rebounds as well. He was kind of off, though, from the field. He shot the most shots on the team today. He was 3 for 12, 1 for 5 from three, 3 for 4 overall from the free throw line. But just kind of really Friday and Saturday kind of just felt a little off for Trey. I know he'll get it back turned around. He's played incredible all season long, but just kind of a little off. He didn't have any turnovers though, so that was good. Wasn't throwing it away, but yeah, just kind of inefficient from the field shooting. But having now a couple days off before we get back into the NCAA tournament, first game. I would love to see that shot get right for Trey, and I think it will. There was kind of some other like discombobulated things, but as we said, turnovers were fine in this one as a team for Michigan State 7. So that was a key coming into this game for Michigan State, especially after they were kind of throwing the ball around a little bit against Oregon at times. So glad to see that was improved. But finishing out on the players, Jaden Akins, 28 minutes, he had 6 points, only 1 rebound in this one. He was 2 for 8 from the field, 1 for 4 from three, 1 for 3 from the free throw line as well. Free throw shooting still definitely something to look at, definitely a problem. He did have an incredible chase down block on that wild play where the ball was passed to Trey, bounced off the ref, so it stayed in bounds and was able to get out in a fast break, and Trey just hustled down there and was able to get the block. So absolutely love that play. But then continuing on, Jeremy Fears, again, Friday said he had a really good game, and Saturday here in this game, he had another really, really good game. 14 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds in this one, and he only had 1 turnover on the night, 5 for 8 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and then closing out with Jace Richardson. 31 minutes for him, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, had a block. He did have 2 turnovers, he had 3 fouls in this one, but overall, Jace, the plays he was making, plays we've been seeing all throughout this year, all throughout this stretch especially, and it's just been incredible to watch. And kind of closing it out for Michigan State from player perspective here, we'll talk about kind of that last kind of sequence at the end. And, this was a game in which Michigan State kind of got out to a hot start, got out to a lead, and then it was kind of that like middle portion where the game was in balance. Wisconsin was just kind of able to chip away. The lead was never anything crazy. Michigan State's largest lead of the game was 9. Wisconsin's was 7. So it wasn't like it was Michigan State was running away and Wisconsin just came back no, it was like the game was just kind of in balance, like we kind of talk about, and Michigan State didn't make enough plays. They went on, a couple minutes scoring drought. Wisconsin able to get back in, get the lead back, going to halftime, 37-33. Second half, Michigan State wins 41-40, but just not enough, as we said. But kind of that ending sequence there. Obviously, Jax had that big three, and then the last play, one of the last plays where the Trey Holloman where his shot got blocked by Tanji. I like the play of Jeremy getting downhill because it's like there was still quite a bit of time left that, Michigan State can go for 2, hope for a miss, then you only need a 2 to send it to overtime, 3 to win. So I like the kickback. I like Trey taking that shot, but as we said, wasn't his best shooting night. So, yes, in that situation, you can, say, and then even the last one where Jeremy got blocked. It did look, unfortunately, like a clean block in the moment. Like, yes, it obviously looked like a foul on Tanji, but it looked like just a good play on the ball, unfortunately, and got blocked on that 3-point attempt. But, yeah, you can say at the end of the day, do you want the ball in your best player's hands, Jace Richardson's hands, trying to create? Yes, but who's to say in that situation if on that play where Jeremy got to the basket, then kicked it back out to Trey that got blocked, who's to say is if they run something different to Jace, that if the ball gets in Jace's hands and he tries to create, that they just foul and he has to go shoot 2 free throws anyway, because maybe they were fine with trying to let someone else beat them on a different play, but they weren't going to let Jace beat him. They were going to be like, everyone else can beat us from the field except Jace. So who's to say if the ball got to Jace's hands and he was trying to create, that they wouldn't just foul him, send him to the line, just play the free throw game. So who knows? You obviously never know. Obviously, sucks, wish would have came out with the win in this one. But looking at the team stats in this one, 43% from the field for Wisconsin, 41% for Michigan State, 9 for 29 from 3 for 31% for Wisconsin, 7 for 19, 37% for Michigan State. Another pretty decent 3-point shooting game for Michigan State. If I do say so myself, I would have, like the attempts maybe come down just slightly, like we talked about, 14 to 16, right in that range. So a little bit over that, but overall fine with it. It's not like they shot like 28 like threes, like something crazy, but 22 for 28 for 79% from the free throw line for Wisconsin, 19 for 24, 79% as well for Michigan State. And that's definitely something that, that's got to get fixed here in the next 5-6 days, however long it is before Michigan State's next game. Is the free throw shooting over these last couple weeks. It's got to get improved. It's got to get cleaned up. Michigan State wins the rebounding battle 37-33. Was definitely a key in this one that we talked about coming in. Michigan State was able to do that. Overall, 15 assists for Wisconsin, 13 for Michigan State. Overall, as we said, turnovers weren't really a problem for Michigan State, and Wisconsin, they don't turn it over that much either. 7-7 was the turnover split in this one. Fast break points, 0 for Wisconsin, 8 for Michigan State. Needed to get out more on the break, but Wisconsin was doing a good job on defense there, forcing them to not play on the fast break like Michigan State likes to do. 24 points in the paint for Wisconsin, 30 for Michigan State. Do like that. As I've said multiple times this year, kind of the recipe for this team. Fast break, defend, rebound, run, scoring on the fast break, and scoring in the paint are recipes for success for this Michigan State team. For the Big Ten tournament for Michigan State, overall, like solid. In my opinion, you played a really good Oregon team on Friday. I know people were talking about like that's probably the best 8 seed ever in any conference tournament in Oregon, and agree. I think that they're a really good team, and Wisconsin, I definitely think, is one of the 2 to 3 best teams in the conference. So played 2 tough opponents, came out on top one of the games, tough 3-point loss in the other one where, you really didn't play your best. You had some good moments and good stretches, but at the end of the day, Wisconsin was just able to make more little plays than Michigan State to win this one. But overall, I'm going to kind of spin zone this. I know a lot of Michigan State fans have already done this too, but I definitely don't get me wrong, I am not one of the people that were like, Big Ten tournament doesn't matter. It's, it is what it is. Like, I want them to win in the moment, but if they don't win, it is what it is. No, I was one that I value the Big Ten tournament. Like, I don't value it as much as a Big Ten regular season banner or a Final Four banner, obviously. No, I don't, but it's still important and I still, value it. And it sounded like this team did as well. Like, they're like, no, we want as many banners as we can get. So, overall, for Michigan State, though, the big picture, it's like you just won 8 straight quad 1 games coming into this one. I think someone put on Twitter there that it's like, with the spin zone that I'm kind of getting to is Michigan State would have had to win like 16 straight quad 1 games in order to win the Big Ten tournament and then go win a national title, which is the ultimate goal at the end of this thing. And so is this loss kind of a good thing? I didn't watch the whole Izzo press conference because I was at the hockey game tonight, but I think it can be a good thing because it gives you it gives you kind of more fuel for the next 5-6 days until Michigan State gets in that first round game, and then it's like it's kind of like realizing like, yes, a lot of these players have been around, but like some of these players definitely new faces in new roles. Like this year, when it comes to tournament time, one and done time, it's like, I kind of heard a little bit of Izzo saying it, but he said it. He, says it every year. It's like these little things. That's what matters in these games at one and done time. And we kind of saw that today. So that's definitely something to focus in on. But I did like what someone else brought up too. I don't have their name. I don't have the tweet pulled up, but someone was like, you remember what happened last time we beat Oregon and then lost a close game to a team wearing red? Won 8 straight quad 1 games. So still the goal, sits in front, 6 more wins for the end goal of this thing. But first thing, find out where Michigan State is going to be playing on Sunday, Selection Sunday, and then get ready for the tournament here. But anyway, that'll do it for this one. We will be back after the selection show on Sunday to talk about Michigan State's draw in this one, and then we'll obviously be back later in the week with the preview for that game. But we're also going to do more NCAA tournament stuff as well. I'm going to go down and break down each region and then going to give my predictions as a whole, fill out my bracket on here as well. So A lot more stuff on the channel as we head into officially NCAA tournament here, as we head into Selection Sunday. So anyway, that'll do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.